It's Friday, January 30th, 2026. This is Nintendo Weekly, and it's been one heck of a week in the world of Nintendo. We've had 2 Nintendo Directs, updates to Switch games, games getting censored on Switch 2, and so much more. To stay up to date with all things Nintendo, be sure to subscribe. Welcome to Next Play. Now let's get into it. 2 big games received pretty nice updates with Splatoon 3 and Kirby Air Riders. Let's start off with Kirby Air Riders, as this update is a bit of a surprise as we thought we would be getting no more updates for this game. The first part of this update is the game share feature we're seeing a lot more of, allowing other players to play the game with you if they don't own the game, with friends in the same room, or on Switch 2 via game chat. Grand Prix mode is new too. This is just as it sounds, a set of races in a Grand Prix style. There are other small parts of the update like balancing and bug fixes, but game share and Grand Prix are the bigger parts of this update. We were told that the team behind Kirby Air Riders was disbanding, but it seems like we're getting one last update, and this is just a game that keeps on giving. Kirby Air Riders was already a game that felt perfect, and getting these small little updates like the Grand Prix and game share just add icing to the top of this beautiful, fun, chaotic cake. Splatoon 3 may feel like a whole new game with its latest update, Update 11.0. First up is the Flow Aura, which can be achieved by doing well in battle. This will last for a short time, but will give you quite the advantage. Flow Aura will ink the ground at the player's feet, as well as intensify the run and swim speed and ink resistance. Basically, if you're doing well, you get a small buff. Another addition is when damaging another player, you can see their health bar for 3 seconds after they take damage. This may not help players that have been playing the game for some time, as you kinda learn when you know you're gonna splat an enemy, but it's nice to see that they're adding this in there. And like most updates, quality of life and bug fixes round out this update. This update is huge, and Splatoon 3 just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Whenever Splatoon 4 comes out, it's going to be an insane upgrade for what we have with Splatoon 3. But the changes here will hopefully onboard new players with the health bar, and with the Flow Aura, hopefully change up the gameplay to keep it fresh for longtime players like myself. Virtua Fighter Revo will be heading to Switch 2 on March 26, 2026, and will be both digital and physical. This will be a game keycard, so if you don't like those, you might be getting it digitally. MLB The Show will be heading to Switch, but won't be getting a native Switch 2 version at launch, but we may be seeing one in the future. This was kind of shocking that we're getting a Switch version and not a Switch 2 version, but maybe it has something to do with the lack of dev kits out there we keep hearing about. Who knows, but maybe this year, or at least next year, we'll get the show on Switch 2. It's up there with power with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S in some way, not completely, but it's just weird that we're still dragging the Switch version around, and they're trying to get rid of PS4s and Xbox Ones, but the Switch version is still here, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, we're getting the show, so if you like baseball, batters up, I guess. I don't know. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake is getting a demo for Switch 2, and all progress will carry over once the full game is released. There will also be a crossover with Silent Hill F for free. This I found interesting, because Silent Hill F is not on Switch 2, so could this be hinting at a possible Switch 2 release? We did hear about Silent Hill 2 possibly coming to Switch 2 when it came to Xbox, and that did not happen. But maybe we will be seeing it sooner than later. Dispatch was talked about a lot last year, and a lot of hype surrounded the Switch 2 version, but this was quickly soured once we found out the game has been censored on Switch 2. Dispatch does have a censored setting on PC and PS5, but not a setting on Switch 2. It's the only way to play the game. Ad Hoc Studio did say the core narrative and gameplay experience is identical to the release, but the fact that the game is censored is enough to make me want to play it elsewhere. I get it. The Switch and Nintendo consoles are mainly focused towards family-friendly games, but they're trying to grow the Switch 2 into the main console that they want in your house. And the fact that the eShop is full of these disgusting games that are blatantly going after what is being censored in dispatch. We have the ESRB rating for this reason. You should know what your kids are buying, and you should know what you're buying. It's rated M, and it tells you everything that the game has. So why are we getting censorship when it comes to a game that already has an M rating, and the eShop is full of garbage? If there wasn't a bunch of hentai games on the eShop, this wouldn't be as big of a deal, but the fact that I can go download 20 hentai games, and it says it directly in the name, and the art on the eShop is like, it's just weird. And the fact that this big game is getting anything censored at all, it's what is Nintendo doing? You know, it's like one step forward, two step back when it comes to some of the decision that Nintendo makes, and this is one of the big ones. And the fact that Nintendo hasn't even said anything about this yet, it's Ad Hoc Studio saying it. I really want to play this game. I was holding off if it came to Switch 2, but now I think I might just end up buying it on PS5 and playing it that way. The new game catalog joining Nintendo Classics is Virtual Boy, and we got some new information on games heading to the catalog this year and some new features to help our eyes out. The Virtual Boy catalog will be available February 17th and will launch with 7 games, and one of them being the system's best game in Virtual Boy Wario Land. Throughout the year, we'll get an additional 7 games with 2 classic Nintendo games with Mario Clash and Mario Tennis, and the most expensive Virtual Boy game with Jack Bros. On top of the 14 games, we'll also be getting 2 unreleased Virtual Boy games with D-Hopper and Zero Racers. This lineup of games is so exciting as it'll be the first time I get to play Wario Land on Virtual Boy the whole way through, and the fact that I'll actually be able to play Jack Bros and not emulate it because that game is crazy expensive. I also love how the catalog is turning into games that may have been unreleased. We saw this with Star Fox 2, and now these 2 games for the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy was known for giving headaches and hurting eyes due to the red and black screen, and luckily that won't be a big issue this time around. We'll be able to switch different colors by removing the red lens on the Virtual Boy accessory to hopefully make it easier on your eyes, but this won't be available at launch and currently doesn't have a date other than later this year. We got 2 directs this week, and the first one was for the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it was barely a direct, but we did get some new info like Yoshi was finally truly revealed, new characters like Birdo, Mauser, and Lakitu were shown off, and we did get to see a new poster for the movie. I don't need to see any more for the movie. I'm going to see it day and date, so whenever it comes out, I'm going to see it, which is now April 1st. I don't like that date, but whatever. So for now on, I will be on media blackout for the movie because I don't need to see anymore. Don't ruin the movie for me. It's going to be a fun time. But can we just talk about this being called a direct? It was one trailer with Miyamoto saying a few things, and I was so excited that it was going to be something more, like at least a 15-minute thing, and it was like 2 minutes long. We can't just throw the direct name around because eventually it will become meaningless, so hopefully this is the last time we see something like this. I wasn't at all excited for Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, but this direct totally changed my mind. We got to see how weird this game is going to be, and the weird level is on 100. But let's go over all the features we learned during this 20-minute direct. Mii Creation is back and it's bigger than ever. Not only will you be able to customize the way the Mii looks, but also the way they move, talk, and think. Miis will also have little quirks, the things that make them them. The small things like the way they eat their food or silly idle animations. There are tons of buildings that you can unlock as you grow your island, from new houses for your Miis to food marts, clothing stores, and more. As you grow your island, you can also decorate it, adding flowers, trees, and fences. You'll also be able to customize houses and even create pets. While the Miis live their life and mind their own business, we'll still have to pick them up to help them in new situations, which can help grow relationships. These relationships can grow into friends or roommates or even bloom into marriage and family life. I didn't play the original Tomodachi Life on DS or the 3DS. Most people don't even know that there's a DS version, but that doesn't matter. So I had zero interest in this game, and I didn't really even know all that much about it. But this Direct really showed just this goofy side of something that I kind of really want to play, and I'll probably put a good, 20 to 40 hours in and be done with it. It'll also be a nice distraction from other games and could possibly take the place of Animal Crossing as being my hop in every once in a while kind of game. I do wish it was a little cheaper because it is $60 and I do wish there was a Switch 2 version, but I will pay the $60 and play the Switch 1 version. Should Nintendo be censoring games? Did you watch any of the directs this week? Will you be playing Virtual Boy in February? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, bye-bye.